Hey, Jesse.
Hello, Lindsay. Hello, all the followers. Hello, all the people. We're up in here once again. And guess what we're doing right here, Lindsay? This is Drunk About Something. This is what we do on the weekends, and we have fun, and we do it responsibly. We hang out at the kitchen table, and we don't go no damn where except for on your fucking adventures over here, Lindsay.
We are, this is Drunk About Something, raw, uncut, and unedited recap of our previous episodes, and we've been busy, and we've had some technical issues, so we're recapping 2 episodes today.
And I tried this platform out over here for our YouTubes and stuff where you can go back. I already tried it out the other day. It worked just fine. Hopefully it works fine so you can actually go back to YouTube and check all this stuff out and share it to all your friends, because that's what we're here to do. We're here to grow and share awareness about true crime. Lindsay, you have been destroying me for the last fucking month. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, so I just laid one on him that was really, really heavy, but we're going to recap that next week. So
yeah, that'll be out Friday, and then we'll recap it like the next Wednesday, the following. So yeah, this is going to be fun, right? I mean, not that it's fun ever.
No.
Ever.
Well, we will do the recap, but I'm taking a little break, and we are re-releasing our 3-part trilogy
of the West Memphis 3,
of the West Memphis 3.
I'm excited about that. I'm not excited about it. Okay, because it's still like unsolved type bullshit, and there's a lot you can go back now, or you can check out the re-release that's coming up too. That's going to be another adventure that I have to look at, and we have to record some pre-reels for that to make it authentically authentic.
Authentically republished. So, number one case that we're going to be recapping is about what happened to Phil Hartman. And our age and older will definitely know who Phil Hartman is, I hope.
Yeah, so tag it over there in the lives if you know who Phil Hartman is from SNL.
SNL.
Yeah.
So he was born in 1948, and he was Canadian originally. Hello, Canada.
Yeah.
And then he moved to Maine, and then Connecticut, and then California.
Right before he started his actual career into stuff, right?
Right. He was class clown in his high school, and he fit in with any crowd. He fit in with the jocks, the hippies, and he actually was friends with somebody else as part of true crime, named Squeaky Fromme, who was part of the Manson family. But this was way before all of that happened.
Did not know that. Yeah.
I know. So
master at doing impersonations
yes.
and things. Like there was like a party where he just stood up for like hours, and in front of everybody, he just had all these amazing impersonations.
Yes.
What did he do? Like John Wayne, like nailed it.
John Wayne, Jack Benny. He did a few, and he was in this hot spring where there was like so much fog that you couldn't see the person next to you, and he just captivated this. And Sinatra, I forgot. Yeah, he impersonated Sinatra.
Frankie, yeah,
and he just had this captivating personality. He was a comedic genius.
You can tell, like, by going back to SNL and watching all this. I mean,
I made Jesse do it.
After you dumped all this on me, Lindsay, it was just like you can tell his
charisma,
talent in captivating everyone around him, and everyone was focused on him. I love his
voice so much. I love Phil Hartman's voice.
He was literally the glue through SNL during his time there. Yeah.
Well, he had a couple of failed marriages, and then when he gets with this woman named Bryn, it was Bryn Amdahl, who would be later Bryn Hartman. She was about a decade younger than him, and she was like the tall, blonde model type who had tried to make it in California, but hadn't so far. And she's seen that Phil was really going places. Like, he was bi-coastal. He was doing SNL. He had been part of the Groundlings, which check out our full episode on this, Phil Hartman. So we talk more about it. We go into depth about it. But she was trying to, ride his coattails and become relevant herself. And it didn't really work out for her.
Yeah,
but
he was solidified in, to the full on Hollywood lifestyle. Like they were going to he was doing like the Catalina wine mixers and stuff. Like he was going on trips and going to the islands.
He loved Catalina Island. Loved Catalina.
So he was around some of the stars and the people because of his talent, but she obviously just didn't have the talent. You know, she was just striving to get in that limelight. Am I correct?
Right. And she was Bryn becomes very physically and mentally abusive to Phil. And what I do talk about in the episode is I think that he had these failed relationships before. So he had children with Bryn.
Right.
So he wanted to make sure that he made this one work.
Horrifically, the glue. Because he was the glue for SNL and he was the glue for his family. He stuck around with her and she had drug problems and she had a lot of things that weren't working out for her. She went to Hollywood. She thought she was going to do it, right? And it wasn't working out. And even in SNL, like you mentioned, where like, you know, it's Saturday Night Live featuring Phil Hartman.
She made sure she was in his introduction video.
She's like dipping in.
Did you watch it?
I can see the opening.
You can see, like I've got a dangly earring on today. So you can see in the video where she was like trying to show her face and they're like, no, this is Phil's. And so when she turns like this, you can see her earring dangling.
Could you imagine taking those shots and then literally telling her, you need to step away a foot
Girl,
away
turn your head
out of the camera. This is Phil's, you know.
This is Phil's spotlight. This is Phil's
Everybody has their little
introduction.
open where they have their picture or their little film of them goofing or getting in a cab or eating somewheres or doing something in New York, right? And then there's dangling.
It's in a diner. Yeah, he's in a diner.
That is a big Easter egg for this one. Really, it really was to me.
So his initial cast that he's with is with John Lovitz and Dana Carvey and Lorraine Newman, but he goes on to work with Mike Myers and Chris Farley and Adam Sandler.
Yes,
like he's there for a while.
The people that I love started coming in when he was on his way out. So he did spend his time actually in SNL.
Yes.
Right? He got to do his whole run and then he moved on and did like the radio show thing you were talking about. Right?
His cast helped save SNL from getting canceled. Literally.
Yeah, because comedy had been changing really over the period between the 80s and then into the 90s and stuff. And people were kind of like blah about SNL, you know, because it was like some weird political tensions or the comedy wasn't really matching up to what people's interest was. So they lost a lot of ratings and he kind of brought it back.
And that's why they ended up nicknaming him the Glue.
Right.
He held it together. Now, him and Bryn's relationship would be tumultuous throughout, period. And like I said, she was very jealous of his success. She wanted his success. And when he graduates from SNL, he initially was going to get a show dedicated just towards him called, it was either the Phil Show or the Phil Hartman Show, but it didn't work out. And Bryn had thought that she was going to get a part in this show. So there's more drama. There's more, turmoil.
Yeah. She thought she was going to get a ride right there. It didn't work out because, you know, the producers, they ultimately control everything, you know.
She just wasn't any good.
We have to produce this. It has to be good.
Yeah. And she wasn't good. But he does go on to star in a show that I loved so much. Called, what the fuck was it called? I like I said, this is drunk about something.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
No, NewsRadio.
NewsRadio. Yeah.
And I just had to look for really quick in my notes. So NewsRadio, he has his own segment in that show where he is Bill McNeil, and it was The Real Deal with Bill McNeil.
Yeah.
And I loved his character so much.
All the skits are very organically comical.
Did you watch any of the NewsRadio?
No, we just did SNL and then we went fucked off.
Scott Foley was in it.
Why did we just...
Dave Foley. Excuse me, not Scott Foley. Dave Foley.
We watched that shit and we fucked off. We went to sleep. We need to go back.
Yeah, I made Jesse watch... Because I've been an SNL geek since a very young age. It was kind of like a rebellious thing for me. I would find a way to watch TV late at night because I wasn't allowed to. And SNL was what would be on.
On the lives over there, ask me what I'm drinking and I'll tell you. It's a bourbon, but it's very good.
And I'm having a White Claw. I've got blackberry right now, and I'm about to switch to pineapple.
Yeah, we didn't cover the drinks earlier, Lindsay.
No. So, like I said, Bryn has drug problems. I'm touching my nose, so you guys can figure out what kind. She's been in rehab a couple of times. And she doesn't appreciate, first of all, that she's not as famous as Phil. And then Phil is also going off with his friend, Britt, to Catalina Island a lot. He just liked to sail. That was his way of unwinding after doing his acting jobs. He does voiceovers in The Simpsons. He does a lot of things. He plays small minor parts in other films.
Yeah, and at the same time, I'm thinking that he is getting back from work and he's wanting to go back to his household situation, but it's kind of dramatic.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
He's like, dude, I'm just going to go to Catalina and hang out with my bros or whatever, and just, I'm coming back home to relax to my sanctuary, but she's created something that is just not workable, in a relationship. But he's hanging on to it because he's got kids and he's got this money and he knows that they're all taken care of, but she is just being very toxic.
Well, and Joe Rogan was in that show as well in NewsRadio, and like Joe tells him several times, you need to leave this woman. And like I said, this is not on, factual and documented, but I really just believe that Phil wanted to make this relationship work and not be a failed
100%.
one like it had been before. So he puts up with all the bullshit. And she ends up killing him.
Yeah.
And then she takes her own life. And like I said, they have 2 kids. They're in the house while this goes on. And it's nobody's fault but Bryn's what happens. And his best friends were Paul Rubens and John Lovitz. And John Lovitz, he blames Andy Dick, who also starred in NewsRadio with Phil Hartman.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because they were at a party and he had sold her some yayo, right? Mm-hmm. And some of that wanger.
Yes.
And then, they hung on to that for a while, but, dude's just trying to party and do his own thing,
not for a while.
too.
I think that really... John Lovitz still holds that grudge to this day.
To this
day? Yeah. He lost his friend, and was his outlet of grief. He had to blame somebody.
Yeah. Even in the skits and everything, you could tell they were close. What was the skit? What was your best one from SNL, though?
My favorite one from SNL, God, he was in so many good ones. So he impersonated Bill Clinton. He impersonated so many people. But my favorite one, when I was refreshing my brain on all of Phil's sketches, was when he played Jesus with Sally Field.
That was my favorite too, Lindsay. Fist bump right here.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, this is a Knob Creek bourbon, and it's very good. I like them on the rocks because
he got it on sale.
Yeah, I got it on sale. Got it on special. You remember? Did your parents ever say got it on special?
The blue light special at Kmart?
I got it on special.
Got it on special.
Let us know if you've ever heard that one before. God, that's a Southern thing, right? Is that a Southern thing? But anyhow, Knob Creek.
Probably.
I love it on the ice because you can have different volumes of flavor palettes in the middle of having your bourbon drink. I love it. I don't know why, but I've discovered, just one of these and I'm good. I'm got my little chill, got my little whatever going on, with some ice and some different levels of enjoying a good drink. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Yeah. But back to Phil. You can check out all of the organic fucking visceral reactions when Lindsay dumps this on me because I did not know. Why did I know? Okay, I do remember Phil Hartman. I do remember his SNL stuff. I do remember the things, but I did not know that this actually happened to him after his Saturday night career. I did not know his SNL career.
I didn't know until several years later. Like, it didn't compute with me.
We love Chris Farley so much. And loved him so much.
And in Phil's exit episode, his farewell episode, like, Chris is like snuggling next to him, and literally a year later, they were both gone after that episode. Don't cry. Don't do it.
Because we needed so much more Farley.
And Phil.
We needed Phil and Farley, man. Oh, it's Phil and it's Farley.
I just want Farley to know that I did not end up in a van
down by the river. Oh, dude, I just clouded.
I'm opening my pineapple.
Full cloud right there, dude.
Because we're going to move
full
on.
Full cloud on all the everything. Dude, look at me, dude. Look at me.
So make sure you check out our full episode about Phil Hartman, and we're going to move on to the Springfield Three.
Yeah.
So in 1992, a mother of a Kickapoo high school student was, she was getting ready for her day. She was a cosmetologist.
Real quick, Lindsay, when we had the whole fucking joke about Kickapoo. Hang on, wait a minute now. We've had some number one listeners in our time. But Mary,
girl, we love you. Mary is the number one.
I have to seal the deal. I'm going to go ahead and tell her that she can pick from our online merch. You can get on there and drink about something at Spreadshirt. It's a link.
Say it one more time.
If you go to drinkaboutSomething.site, it actually says we have merch, and you can click on that, and you go to Spreadshirt, and you can check out all of our stuff that we have, merchandise and stuff. I'm sending Mary something. She gets to pick.
Okay.
And I'll send her like a video of all the merch that's on there. She's the number one winner because of our long fucking time ago in a town called Kickapoo.
I always want to say a land, but it's town.
Yeah.
But in this situation, it was a school.
She nailed it like within our release, within 5 minutes of our release. Mary nailed it, dude. Oh, I hope she gets this, and I hope she hits me up because I want her to pick out some merch. I'm going to send it to her. She's the winner chicken ass dinner, dude. Our number one fan. She loves us. Why?
Number one.
Why does she love us? Look at me. Why does she love us? She would love you by yourself. No. Everyone would.
But she loves us as a duo. She shares us every week and says that we are her favorite duo. And we appreciate you so much, Mary. You have no idea.
Yeah, so the thing is we're looking for our next number one fan. Thank you guys for being on the live. Share us to all your friends and everything. We're looking for our next number one fan. Mary, though, you are the number one in my book right now.
So Springfield 3. So Cheryl Levitt is, she's hanging out at home. She's helping her daughter Suzie get ready to graduate. And Suzie is planning to hang out with her friends Stacey McCall and Janelle. Where is Janelle's last name? Hold on.
I wonder if I join the lives with you right now, would it have this weird echo thing? Let's try it.
No, don't do it. Hold on. Let me find Janelle. Okay, Janelle Kirby. So Cheryl's mom, Suzie, Stacey, and Janelle are all set to hang out.
Sorry, I'm going on live.
On this night of graduation from Kickapoo High School. And the original plan was that Suzie, Janelle, and Stacey were all going to get a hotel room and stay the night in Branson. Oh, by the way, we're in Springfield, Missouri.
This is lives on the lives. Look at this. Isn't this cool? Wait, I'm dorking.
It's delayed a little bit.
Well, it should be. I mean, it had to go to space and back. Elon Musk took a shit on it and in between it. But still, look at this, dude. I've never done this before. Have you ever done this?
Live on live.
Live on live.
Coming to you live on live.
Anybody want to join the live on lives?
So...
Is that me? Am I in there?
Hold on, this is not a laughing situation.
This is, well...
Let me take another drink.
We're doing drunk... We're drunk about something at the middle of this, Lindsay.
Drunk about something.
Live on lives.
Raw, uncut, and unedited, and we're vaping.
And I pointed it back. Look at me, the delay. on here is garbage. I look like garbage on it. No,
You
I
do
look
not
okay.
look like garbage.
We look
Stop
beautiful.
It. Let me recap this episode.
Shh, I'm having fun. Shh. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So anyways, Janelle, Stacey, and Suzie are all supposed to go stay the night in Branson so they can go to Whitewater Water Park in Branson. Well, as the night continues, they've graduated. They're having a good time. They're drinking. They're making appearances at parties. And they're like, oh, we don't really want to drive to Branson. So they decide, hey, maybe it'll be a better idea if we stay at Janelle's house. The problem was Janelle's house was full of relatives staying over in honor of Janelle's graduation. So Suzie and Stacey decide to go back to Suzie's house. Suzie is the daughter of Cheryl. And
I just joined. Look at me. I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Quit it.
No, I'm not quitting.
No. So Suzie and Stacey go back to Suzie's house. Like I said, Cheryl is Suzie's mom. Suzie has just gotten a brand new king-size waterbed. Make sure you check out the full episode so we can talk to you about waterbeds if you don't know what a waterbed is.
You got to, dude. I'm having so much fun right now. This is fucking horrific, though. This is horrific. Go, Lindsay. I'm having fun.
Well, they make, so Suzie and Stacey tell Janelle, hey, we're going to call you in the morning and we're going to meet up. I'm going to call you. We're going to meet up and then we're going to go to the water park. Well, the next morning, Janelle doesn't hear from Stacey nor Suzie. They're not answering the phone. And this is not like either one of them. They're both very responsible girls. They always do what they say they're going to do. So Janelle and her boyfriend come over to Suzie's house, which is Cheryl's house. And nobody's there. Nobody is answering the door. Nobody's answering the phone. So this is 1992, by the way. Back in those days, and even me with my close friends, they just come in the house, Mike and Janelle. But first, when they get there, they notice that there's some glass broken on the porch. So Mike, just being a good guy, he cleans that up, not understanding anything. He's just trying to be a good dude. So Mike cleans up the glass. Janelle and Mike enter the house, and the only thing that's there is little Yorkie Cinnamon, who is visibly distressed. And while Janelle's there, there's a couple of phone calls, and she answers them. And there's just some weird creep, like just talking all these creepy sexual innuendos is what it is referred to as in resources that I researched.
Which is the number one suspect, but there's a lot more.
But no. We don't know. We don't know who that was because
we don't know because
there was no digital footprint back then.
No.
So Janelle and Mike, because like I said, it was a different time. I do talk about this in the episode. They're like, you know what? Maybe they just went off and did their own thing. They leave and they go to a different water park and hang out and do their thing for the day. Now, Janice McCall, Stacey's mom, she is concerned about her daughter's whereabouts.
Right.
She can't get a hold of anybody at Cheryl's house. She knows people at the water park that they were supposed to go to. And they're like, Stacey, Suzie, nor Cheryl are here. Nobody's here. So Janice goes to Cheryl's house. She sees the visibly distressed puppy, Yorkie dog, Cinnamon.
Poor fucking Cinnamon knew
Poor
the whole
Cinnamon.
story.
Knew the story, but she can't talk. She can't tell anything. So she sees that it was visible that all these girls had gotten ready for bed, or all these women. They weren't girls. They were all adults. All these women had gotten ready for bed. They had taken off their makeup. They were used makeup wipes. And it looked like one of the beds in the house had been used, had been, slept in or whatever.
Yeah. So this is like all in the middle, like 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Way in the middle of the night, right?
No, so Janelle comes over at 9, and then Cheryl comes on later in the day. Or not Cheryl, Janice. Excuse me. Janice, Stacey's mom.
So as far as all that transpiring is,
but they didn't show up to Cheryl's house. Okay. Suzie and Stacey did not show up to Cheryl's house until after 2 a.m.
Okay.
So between 2 a.m. and 9 a.m., all 3 of these women, Cheryl, Suzie, and Stacey, go missing. And they, as of 2026, have been missing for 33, almost 34 years.
That's a fucking long time for somebody hanging on to something that knows something. That's where my hate came in. I mean, not that I'm hanging on to hate. I didn't talk about this.
Well, there's
the last
a lot
podcast.
of creepy shit that was going on. So if you're not, if you didn't grow up in the 90s, you don't understand this, but there was snow, static snow playing on the TV, which means that they were watching a movie. It ended. And then now the static channel is going on. When Janice arrives, which is Stacey's mom, she sees that the answering machine, because this is before voicemail, things like that, you had an actual machine to take your messages. When you hit play and you listen to the message, it goes away.
Yeah.
Now, Janice had left a message herself, so she thinks it's just her message. But what it was that creep that had been on the phone when Janelle answered, talking nasty, just being disgusting.
Yeah.
But all of this gets deleted and erased forever. And also, Suzie was described as a creature of habit. And when she came home, so her and Stacey, they drive separately back to her house. Suzie isn't parked in her normal parking spot. So there's another clue. So we've got broken glass on the porch that did get swept up and cleaned. We've got a car that's not parked in its normal parking spot. We've got 3 women's things that are still in the house, things they would have definitely taken with them if they had went anywhere. Cheryl's purse had $900 in it, her cigarettes that she never left home without. All the girls' clothes are there, overnight bags, all the things that you would take with you to go anywhere are still at the house.
And this crime is just so spontaneous and out of nowhere. They don't have anything to go on.
Nothing. And all the crime scene is destroyed because so many people showed up coming in and out of the scene. It's gone. It's destroyed. There's nothing.
Yeah, they waited a long time before actually calling the police, right? And then it was just...
Because it was a different time.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
People were just like waiting, and they were like, maybe we'll get a phone call later on. They were supposed to meet us at the water park. It didn't work out. You know, there's so many different variables back then that people could be at a whole different thing and spending their whole day. Maybe they're just waiting, well, let's wait to the end of the day. Maybe they'll come back home. People were in and out, though, in this house, and the people that are supposed to be there are nowhere to be found.
Well, after 3 days, the FBI gets involved. After these women are missing for 3 days. So they find out that Suzie had been dating a guy named Dustin Relka. Now, that relationship was over, but Dustin was a member of a grave robbing gang who had been caught because they got gold teeth off of a dead person.
Which was my first projection of somebody actually being held accountable for this. And it wound up not being them.
Yeah, they questioned the whole gang.
Blew my mind.
They all had alibis. Now, because Suzie was going to testify against her ex-boyfriend. So that could have been some type of, what do you call it? I can't think of words because I've been drinking. That could have been some kind of motive. There we go.
Yeah. The words of words.
The words have gone out of my brain.
Yeah.
So that could have been some type of motive for all 3 of these women to not be here anymore and to not be able to be found. But like I said, all of him and all of his gang were questioned. They were given lie detector tests. They passed them all. They had alibis, airtight, all the things. But then they looked into Cheryl's background, and Cheryl was twice divorced. But both of those guys, she really hadn't had any contact with. They weren't really a threat to her. But there was a guy who was being investigated for
yeah, he was doing some shady shit.
He was, yeah.
He did,
listen to our full episode because I can't repeat everything on these forums.
Yeah, he did reenactments and was doing some crazy shit with females at some of the reenactments, and was found that was a factual thing, right?
And he was looked into, but there was no solid evidence to pin him to these three women's disappearance.
What was his name, Lindsay? Because we got to go.
So that guy was. Give me just a second. Let me look over.
I really feel like this is the dude because it really transpires into something.
That was Larry Hall.
Oh, and there it is.
I have added him to my list of cases to research. But then there was Robert Craig Cox. Now, in 1997, so these women they disappear in 1992. There's no leads. There's no nothing. And in 1997, Robert Craig Cox, who had committed crimes of his own, he decides he's going to publicly say that these women have been murdered and their bodies would never be recovered.
Yeah, the trigger on that whole conversation that we had in that podcast was just he knows things that weren't publicly projected yet. That's the thing.
You listened and you absorbed. Thank you.
Yeah. And then he wants to hang on to it, and he's like, I'm not saying shit until my mom dies. Fuck that.
And she's not yet passed because we don't know anything more about this case thus far.
So garbage. So we got two people possibly still floating around. But I think it's one. I think it's, I think he really knows the fucking deal, dude. He either knows or was part of it, right? I mean, I don't know.
And I do say on the full episode, numbers that you can call if you know anything or know anybody that may know anything about this case. So I'm going to repeat them on here on these platforms. So because we are on TikTok Live and YouTube simultaneously.
I'm having so much fun playing with the lives right now. I've never done this, and it's fun.
So if you have any knowledge about this case, so you can call 417-869-8477, which is 417-869-TIPS. You can call the Springfield, Missouri Police directly at 417-864-1810. And
I'm so glad we're resharing this right now for awareness. Maybe somebody might poke out of all the matrix of humans and give a light to this. This is bullshit that 3 people can be missing for over 30 years.
Off the face of the earth.
This is garbage.
No trace.
This ain't strong enough for that. I mean, I probably is, fuck. But
and
still.
then you can also submit tips online at p3tips.com. And there's a P3 app that you can download now. Yeah, I mean, don't waste anybody's time if you don't know anything.
Yeah, we shared all the links. If you go to drinkaboutSomething.site, follow the episodes, all the links are right there. You can look in the transcripts and all the shit that we put out there. Pictures and everything's been out there. But on your Instagram, you share pictures and stuff.
Yes.
We do that every week.
Pictures, articles, everything. Pictures of the victims, pictures of the suspects, if it's unsolved, or the suspect that is in prison.
Yeah.
So if you're new to us, so what we do is every Friday we release a new episode of a case that I have researched and structurized into a story that I dump onto Jesse. I'm so sorry. He's roped into this.
You can't apologize enough.
No, I really can't. Bad, so we talk about a true crime case. We have some drinks. That's why we are called Drink About Something. It is basically because we're drinking while we talk about something.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know anything about these cases. This is all raw, organic, reactions from him because he literally doesn't know. It's not an act. It's not a bit. He does not know. And then at the end of the episode, Jesse will plug a band that he has either sought out or they sought him out.
So
and we have permission to play.
Think about the last two bands. What do you think about them?
I love them.
Last two groups?
Love them.
They're cool.
Out of pocket. But like I said, we gravitate towards the heavier genre, but we love all genres. So we are seeking all genres to let us share their music and their talent.
I don't feel like it's out of pocket, like as far
Not really,
as
yeah,
our
because
taste.
we love everything.
We love everything. So if you know any cool bands, send them to us, right?
We've been on 80s love ballads for like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we have Cyndi Lauper radio.
Yeah. So last week on the way to Orlando, we just did a 80s love ballad playlist. And then today I was like, Jesse, we had to go to Gainesville down the road from us. We had to do some errands. And I was like, Jesse, what's the theme today? And he's like, Cyndi Lauper radio. Literally the same songs as the 80s love ballads.
Yeah, get it together, Spotify. We loved it. But at the same time, we heard the same shit.
We did hear the same shit. We still sang at the top of our lungs.
Yes. You want to hear me sing some karaoke? You ready? I'm not ready.
So I'm putting my notes to the side.
Maybe we'll do some live karaoke later on.
On our second season premiere.
Oh.
It's going to be back porch for hours on TikTok Live.
I got something really cool for second season, dude. I got like this record label that we're going to be featuring. We're going to feature 4 songs on our...
We're saying that wrong. We're in our second season. We're going into our third.
Lindsay, what made you feel old today?
That I forgot how to talk. Cheers.
That we're in the third season coming up in October. Wow. So I'm going to feature 4.
It might actually be before that.
No, we got
because we're on episode 78 coming up.
No, we'll be good. We're gonna go to October, bro. We got so much. We got so much. The amount of awareness though when doing true crime, and I am oblivious to all of this, and I love being oblivious because she really does this.
I'm teaching him,
and the awareness that we get to share publicly and document it and have it some kind of digital projection globally has been amazing, and I really appreciate being able to be part of that platform. So thank you guys for joining the live.
And by the way,
thank you guys for following.
This has been our biggest month thus far.
Oh, yeah.
Listeners, thank you so much, y'all.
Yeah.
I mean, we appreciate y'all. We're just doing this shit in our kitchen.
Yeah, big cheers to everybody.
And we love you. And we're just doing, this is a hobby for us that we're enjoying. It's time together. It's awareness for Jesse. It's discovering new music and just, chilling out in our kitchen and having a good time and a bad time all at the same time.
Yeah. We love all the shares, all the follows, all the likes, and all the feedback that we've been getting is amazing. And we got this big board behind us we haven't been fucking with lately. Lindsay.
Well, help me lift it up.
Okay.
It's stuck.
Hang on.
It's stuck. You got to help me.
It's been a while. What's her name? What's that plant's name?
This is Medusa.
Yeah. So we got this big board here, and we're going to pick a cocktail, and we're going to do one real soon, right? Right before Rockville.
Wait till after. We'll wait till after Rockville.
So after Rockville. We got some cool stuff.
We're busy the next week and a half.
We're going to do what do you call it?
A re-release of our 3-part series on the West Memphis 3. This is a case that is very, very special and important to me. And I'm going to encourage our listeners once again, after you listen, if you've listened to it for the first time or the 10th time, check out Damien Eccles' book, Life After Death. It is on audiobook and Spotify audiobook. And you can also buy the book on Amazon.
Yes.
I'm
looking here.
Enlightening because you never know. Like 2% of the prison population
is so big.
Is innocent. And I want to bring awareness to that as well because
there is
sometimes
a lot of people walking around.
We put away the wrong people. And that is what
prison.
Yes. And that is what so the West Memphis 3 case is unsolved. Completely unsolved. 3 young men were accused of 3 murders wrongfully. And we don't know who is the real perpetrator yet. And you have to listen to the 3-part. That is 3 episodes I am extremely proud of. I'm proud of all my episodes, but I am really proud of those. And I'm very passionate about that case because I want it to be solved so bad. Like I could just taste it.
I'm fixated on this though. You need to pick one out because we have done.
Let's do the Singapore Sling. I've always wanted to try one of those, and I've heard about it. If you've watched the movie Cocktail with Tom Cruise, he talks about this in one of his poems, in one of his bartender poems. And he talks about the Singapore Sling and the ding-a-ling.
Isn't that no? What?
Yeah.
No, was the Singapore Sling also in Pirates of the Caribbean?
I'm not sure.
Clearly, you've never been to Singapore.
We can do this. We just have to make sure that we take a heartburn pill before that because of the cherry brandy.
Singapore Sling's next, right?
Yeah.
Our next cocktail.
Singapore Sling. We're going to do that one. We're picking that one out. Hold on.
Write it down.
Do I have a highlighter?
Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. My phone's on live right now.
Mine's on live too.
Singapore Sling. Everybody send us a message and remind us right now.
Yeah,
you can follow us.
2 weeks from now, after we're covering a rock star at Rockville.
Who will be performing there. But
yes, he will be there. And
another wrongfully accused person, yeah.
No, I mean, things happen at rock shows.
They do.
Metal shows. And we're going to talk about that. And it hits home with me, dude, because I've been on that same platform in the same production company and got to play at the same fucking festival. That hits home with me because you never know what the fuck could happen at a show, right?
You really don't. And how it can change your life.
No.
But make sure you follow us. So we are on Instagram, Drink About Something. Our main website is drinkaboutsomething.site. You can follow me and Jesse's personal socials, Jesse Standby, Lindsay Standby.
Yeah, you get a little bit more because we goof, boot, and we do things. Right, yeah.
And then where are we at on YouTube?
On YouTube, you just type in Jendsey, Jendsey. They're all coming here because we love it. I mean, we love being able to share it on that platform. We come and we have a good time and we share these true crimes. And we're going to be at Rockville on turn 4, where Dale Earnhardt
Orange Camp
passed away.
Ooh,
don't do that.
Don't.
Yeah. Well,
I didn't hear that.
Well,
but
thanks.
And then on TikTok, we are Drink About Something pod _ Lindsay. And if you want to send us an email, if you want to tell us your story, if you want to tell us another story that we may not know about, we are drinkaboutsomethingpod@gmail.com. And I think we have covered all of the things.
Yeah, I'm still having fun playing with the.
Put in Singapore Sling so we don't forget.
That
Singapore
ain't going to
Sling.
be there. Once we get off the lives, it won't be there no more.
Well, comment on our episodes and on our YouTube Singapore Sling so we do not forget what cocktail we're going to make next from our cocktail board.
Yeah.
From our mixology board.
I'm having fun on the lives while I'm on the lives, dude. Yeah,
but we are going to get off of here.
But no, I want to hang on here forever.
We're going to get off here. Well, we can hang out on TikTok for a little bit. We're going to end YouTube.
Yeah.
I got to go to the loo.
Okay, well, YouTube
skip to the loo. I'm going to go skip to the loo.
Thank you guys for joining, and thank you guys for letting us participate in all of our recap. Lindsay's going to go potty.
I'm going to say bye, YouTube. Bye.
She's saying bye.